Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night.
That's him taking a club to this movie, man. Conor McGregor comes in here, man. And you know, that the little bit of character that I love this movie for, it just left when he came in. He just sucked it all out. He's nothing but a cartoon character in this movie, man. And you think I'm joking? He's such a cartoon character in this movie. He even got a cartoon walk. I saw that
Boy.
chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One, his arms are bigger than his legs. You know, he's turned into a light bulb, like I was talking about. And he's super bow-legged and bouncy. And I was like, okay, so somebody just let a orangutan in here.
Yeah, seriously.
Or a baby gorilla.
He reminded me of that damn chicken hawk from Looney Tunes.
Yes.
And at first I was kind of thinking like I'm exaggerating, but then I saw a recent cartoon with that chicken hawk, and he walked just like Conor McGregor.
Chicken hawk, getting hungry.
Conor McGregor was walking just like that.
Yeah.
Except he was more cartoonish.
Yeah. Bouncing a little more with every step.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't look too close, but I swear there was a stick up his ass. Or spring, because like you said, he was just bouncing the whole time. I cannot, in good conscience, talk about Double Toasted Live in LA without showing that image right there. Double Toasted Live in LA. I love Roadhouse 1989. Not that I had a choice, because it was on HBO all the time. There was a summer that movie was on all the time.
Oh, 89.
89, yeah.
Okay, I was living here and didn't have, did I have I think I didn't have HBO at the time.
Believe me, I had HBO, and it was pretty much the Roadhouse channel at night. Yeah,
HBO would do that.
Yeah. When I was a teen at that time, I was probably about 17, 16, but they had Roadhouse playing all the time. Every night, Patrick Swayze was beating somebody's ass.
Patrick Swayze is Dog. I thought you'd be bigger. When he's around, anything can happen.
That was a guy.
There's a dude over there. Did you see that dude? Dude back there just peeing in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't make it to the bathroom. Beat his ass.
Anything can happen.
That was a guy like you end up a bouncer.
Just lucky, I guess. To not be nice.
So says the fighting philosopher.
Oh, Roadhouse is just a silly ass movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it till maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And people had always talked about it, and then I finally watched it, and I was like, wait, what?
It's ridiculous.
This is Roadhouse? This is the Roadhouse everybody's been going on about?
Yeah, this movie's crazy. It's a goofy ass film, man. It really is. You know what it is you have Patrick Swayze, as you can see, just a guy who just knows how to fight very well, but he ain't doing nothing with that. He ain't doing nothing with them skills until he's offered a position to come in and help bring some calm to a very, very, very rowdy bar. Kind of the same thing that we have here. You know, hey, listen, they remake everything. It was only Roadhouse's turn, as we always say.
Sure.
Who's next?
Step right up.
Yeah. Number one.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You.
Number 1,198. Jake Gyllenhaal was like, oh shit, that's me. Yeah, folks. Now we have Roadhouse. That was Roadhouse 1989. Now we got Roadhouse 2024. You know, I looked at this old Roadhouse, and as I said, this is, you know, for as beloved as this movie is, and listen, I love Roadhouse. I do. It's just, it's a goofy film, but that's what's so likable about it. You know, it's just because they make a big deal, you know, bringing this guy who's pretty much the greatest fighter in the world to just protect a ratty, shitty bar.
Right. I guess that's one of my things I was watching. I was like, really? Why? This seems like a lot of effort for not much reward.
Yeah, this dude should be an Avenger.
Yeah.
And they got him protecting a shitty bar, man. You know, I was like, wow, that's it?
Yeah.
And I mean, people are willing to die for this bar.
Yeah.
They got super villains at this bar. It's crazy. But that's what's so lovable about this movie, man, just how ridiculous it is. So, you know, I'm sure that's why they said this movie needs to be remade so we can try to bring some sense to this story. You know, hey, listen, that's one of the things that's missing from that movie. You know, people acting like they got some goddamn sense. And because you have the same story pretty much with Roadhouse 2024. You have this place called the Roadhouse over in Florida. It's a very rowdy place. I mean, the place is already rough, but now, as always the case, there's some old villainous ass rich guy who wants to make condos. Yeah, it's always condos.
A resort.
Or a resort.
Yeah.
I think this guy's making resort condos over here. What's that?
And that one little place is standing in his way.
This one little shitty bar that's made out of nothing. They one solid brick or stone.
No, it's just like a bunch of palm tree leaves stacked on top of each other.
This bar looks like it's made out of, it's something made on Gilligan's Island, man. It's all straw and wood.
Yeah.
It looks like if you go up to it and go, shit's gonna fall down anyway. But yeah, man, for some reason it's beloved by the locals, who for some reason always want to tear it up fighting every night. But this rich guy played by
Billy Magnuson.
Billy Magnuson. Y'all have seen him before. He wants to knock down this one bar that's holding back progress. And so that's where Jake Gyllenhaal comes in. He plays a fighter that, because of a dark past, he just doesn't want to fight anymore. He's so bothered by what he did, he don't even want to be a part of the world no more. He just lives in his car. He's like those kung fu masters. He just he just goes from town to town trying to find some zen or something.
Yeah. The tragic suicidal hero.
Yeah. But they always run to people who need help. And so he's offered a large sum of money to help this bar and keep these henchmen from coming in and tearing it up every day. And hopefully they'll get the point, because this man is what's his name? Dalton. What's his name?
Elwood.
Elwood Dalton, backwoods country ass name. But a great fighter. As you can see, Jake Gyllenhaal is in pristine shape for this role.
Tip top,
man. And so, yeah, he's been called in to help protect the bar and fight off these goons that work for this man over here who's trying to build these condos and resorts over everybody's favorite watering hole. Can he do it? Can he save the bar, save the town, save the day? Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Amazon Prime's remake of Roadhouse 2024. And we'll be back with our review.
You right? What?
I can't believe that stupid ass spell for that. This man got all this money, couldn't hire better henchmen than this.
Hey man, it's Florida.
He could hire alligators that got more sense than these people over here. He put their hand on,
Don't hit me.
So you like to fight? I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas.
Like if you caught this trailer at this point, you think, oh, this is a Conor McGregor documentary. Right. This is Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Ain't no character.
Yeah.
Looks like you're having a smashing night.
Oh, they go Conor McGregor acting a fool again.
Yeah, exactly.
What bar is this he's tearing up?
Maybe we should show him the script. You do it.
Yeah, he don't even know he's making a movie. He just told him to go, let's go get a drink. Hey, everybody.
Okay. I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close. Come on, bro.
Martin, I'm eager to hear what you think about this. Martin saw this. If you were listening earlier, you heard Martin talking about how he saw this at South by Southwest, and was it the premiere movie?
It was the opening night movie.
Opening night movie. What you think about this movie?
So you know how it goes with these opening night movies.
Yeah.
Where the crowd is cheering and it's pandemonium. You can barely hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it opening night.
Good.
Yeah, no. I was too busy and I wasn't even going to try.
Yeah.
But fortunately, they never do this. They decided to do a second screening of it at the Paramount. And I caught it then where it wasn't so full and none of the stars were there. And I had talked to people who'd seen it. I guess I talked to one person. She was like, yeah, it's all right. And then I go to see it, and it ended up being my favorite movie of the festival.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I just thought this movie was It's so much fun, and I love the update and the humor and everything they did with it.
I really like this movie a lot too. If you take a knife and cut it in half and give me that first half. Right there, you know, that second, I can keep that second half. I just want the first half right here. Now I do really love the first half of this movie because I think the first half of this movie had the right balance of everything for me that I saw in this trailer right here. Yeah. You know, first of all, this and the original Roadhouse, but even more so this movie, this is just a Western. It's a classic Western.
It's a total Western. Yeah. The setup is a Western. You have one character who keeps telling you.
Yeah. People, this is the Magnificent Seven, or in this case, the Magnificent One. You know, that comes into town. Y'all know the story, man. You know, this kind of fits a lot of other westerns. You know, guy comes into town,
mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious stranger comes into town. Town's in trouble, so he comes in to help everybody clean it up. As you said, Martin, they even mention it in the movie.
Did you see Fred?
Coming in, knocking down everybody that talks to him.
Trouble, I guess, and I'm here to clean it up.
That kind of sounds like the plot to a Western. Local townsfolk send for a hero to help clean up the rowdy saloon.
And she's right. He's like, damn, you just summed up the movie. Yeah, you know, and she's right, man. This guy comes in town because a bunch of goons are causing trouble, intimidating all the good townspeople. So,
and it's usually they're being run by a rich landowner.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which is the case with this movie, except it's just a lot more land. And, you know, he's the badass that's hired to come in and help the townspeople clean things up. And Jake Gyllenhaal as Elwood Dalton, you know, he's the low-key badass. His skills, so in the movie, look, his skills are larger than life, all right? I mean, with this guy, he don't even have to fight to earn money. He just shows up and be like, oh, I ain't fighting him. Right. He just collects. He's like, well, I showed up. Ain't my fault if he's a bitch and, you know, leaving. But his skills are on a mythical, unbelievable level, but you buy into it.
You know that.
Oh shit, sorry y'all. Because the character, you know, with this character, I think the character feels real. You know, mainly because they don't play up the machismo too much with him. Mm-mm. You know, he, like when I was saying earlier, like he's a kung fu master that goes from town to town. There is something very zen about him.
Sure.
You know, he's done something in the past when he was fighting UFC, and it was so bad that he doesn't want to hurt anybody anymore. So it takes a lot to get him angry. It is a lot to get him angry, but when you do, watch out. But, you know, he tries his best to avoid a fight. But when it comes to it, and it will, he will beat the shit out of you. But it's an ass whooping that comes with a lot of care.
It comes with care. He gives you an out.
Oh, yeah.
Even along the fight.
Oh, yeah.
He gives you plenty of chances to just say, like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And as I said, it's not only does it come with care, but it's very professional. Mm-hmm. You know, he makes sure that you have insurance to cover this ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know, he makes sure there's an adequate care center within distance that you can go to after said ass whooping. He'll even drive you there.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't get a ride or if your fingers are broken and you can't drive, he'll let you know. He like I said, he doesn't want to. You know, you don't mind embarrassing you in front of your boys, but it's only because you brought it on yourself. He even sits out a lot of fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's, you know, much like these Westerns that we talk about, usually the hero comes in, it's like, look, I can't do this all the time because when I leave, y'all go, you know, so let me teach y'all how to fight. Mm-hmm. And that's what he does. He starts teaching the bar staff how to take care of their own. But with this movie, I think what it has, at least for the half that I liked over the original Roadhouse, is the bits of humor and character development that they have here. You know, this gives the movie just a little bit more humanity than the last film. The last film, you know, you don't care about those.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them.
You just admire them because they're badass when you're a kid or you're a teenager. Like, I want to be like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cared more about at least a couple of the people here. And I think that, like I said, I think there's a lot of humor and character development that gives this movie a lot of humanity that helps the other parts of the movie that fall flat. The henchman, for one. Okay, so the henchmen, they're the average boring henchman that you see in every movie, but they are helped by one goofy ass henchman right here, played by Arturo Castro.
Arturo Castro, yeah. When he showed up, I was like, oh, okay, this is the kind of movie this is going to be.
Yeah, he's way too nice and way too stupid to be a part of this group. He's the stray puppet that they adopted. I mean, he gets an ass whooping, he's still polite about it. Hey, thank you. He's on me a roll. Hey, thank you for breaking my arm. You got the friendly townsfolk, especially the book owner, and it's a guy who is he's a book owner, the bookstore owner, and his daughter. You saw his daughter right here, who really kind of helps those characters, because really the bookshop owner and the daughter are there just to be victimized later on in the movie, so it makes Jake Gyllenhaal's character mad. But Hannah Love is really good as a daughter. She's very likable, and that's I like that character for the limited time that she's on. You probably hear pics over here.
I do. What's going on with her?
She's dreaming. You know what she's doing? She's beating up a bar right now.
Okay, so her little legs moving.
Yeah, they are. Like her front legs, she's over there like she's defending the bar right now. She's beating up a bunch of henchmen in her sleep. Come on. Now I would tell you the henchman, the daughter, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Those characters I like a lot. I don't think that there are some characters who can be helped in this movie at all. They are just flat, one-dimensional characters that are just there out of obligation because they have to be part of the story or they were part of the original. The love interest, Daniela Melchior is the character. I forgot is the actress. I forgot the character's name. Her and Jake Gyllenhaal ain't got no chemistry, I think.
Huh. I thought it worked between them.
Did you? I did not. I thought they put them together because they were just two attractive people and they had the romance in the first one. Because there's no lead up to them at all to having that romance.
I will give you that.
I mean, she sees him at the hospital, and the next thing you know, she's inviting him out on a date. Even he's like, what the f- is going on here? I just don't think there was enough time for that. If I would have done this myself, I probably would just put this out because it really doesn't make any impact on the movie. It's just I don't
know, plot-wise, I thought it did.
It leads up to something that they need plot-wise, but they don't absolutely need it. They could have done it another way. They don't need it, really, if you think about it. Jessica Williams, who I think is a good actress and beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's the owner of the Roadhouse. She's just there to hire Dalton, just to get the story going and to give some backstory about the town and the bar in the movie. But she doesn't offer a whole lot in the movie. And your boy Billy Magnuson, who I like a lot.
I like him too, but he plays Billy Magnuson in just about everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's nice Billy Magnuson. Yeah. Sometimes he's crazy, mean Billy Magnuson.
Sometimes he's sweet, goofy Billy Magnuson. Yeah. But here, listen, he's just the typical rich bad guy who spends most of the movie just degrading and talking shit to his henchmen, who, if he wasn't paying them, they would just beat his ass.
Yeah. You know what? I felt two ways about him because at first I was like that about him. I was like, all right, he's doing this again. But the longer it went on, the more I was like, you know what? I'm actually getting it. Like, I see what he's doing comedy-wise, and it's starting to work for me. Like, because when you talk about the second half, it becomes more cartoonish toward the end.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't like, we don't know what we're doing. I was like, okay, this is gradually and going into this. This is what was planned.
Yeah, I like him. Like I said, I just don't think there's a lot of things that they are doing that are just typical action movie cliches or stereotypes or just archetypes, whatever you want to call it. And there's just not much behind their characters. And I only say that because they did so much. They did so much with the other characters. Having his henchman that's grateful to get his ass beat. We don't ever see that, man. I actually thought that that character was one of my favorites in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. Like I said, I like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's in shape, but he's not the biggest guy. His skills are just that good. And like I said, he's just a really nice guy that humanizes this character. He's not there just to, beat the shit out of people. I really liked him a lot. He's very likable to me. Now, I will tell you something that's weird to me in this movie. The whole premise, which was weird for the first movie, but this like I said, this whole thing of defending this roadhouse, that's weird to me because the whole premise is she tells the owner of the Roadhouse, Jessica Williams, she tells Elwood Dalton, I'll pay you $5,000 a week for 4 weeks, a grand total of $20,000 to come and protect my bar. And I'm like, how the fuck do you have that much money to protect this bar? Because this bar gets torn up every night. Every night they tearing this bar up, and by the way, it's not even by the henchmen most of the time. It's just by the people who go there to drink.
Yeah,
and that place is left in shambles. And don't let the henchmen get in there because they. I mean, everybody would just get a bulldozer and just knock that shit down. I'm like, how do you have $20,000? This bar looks like it costs about $15,000. How do you have this money to do that?
Well, she inherited it from her uncle, so maybe it's paid off.
Yeah.
And the rest is just, insurance and whatever she has and savings, or they make a good profit.
I mean, if it's insurance, the insurance company would be like, "Nah, you hiring people to come here and tear this shit up. This is fraud. This happens every night. Yeah. Come on now." But you know what? It's okay. I let it go. I mean, I'm not. Listen, that's one thing that didn't make sense to me, and I really don't think it makes sense story wise. But it's a remake of Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you say that didn't make sense to me. If it fell apart somewhere, it's when Billy Magnuson shows his plan. His blueprints are like what he wants to do. And he said, if I just get rid of this Roadhouse, I can start building all this. And I'm like, man, the Roadhouse only takes up, just build around it.
Be like the dude in Up. Yeah. Just build around it. Actually, and I don't understand this.
Because even here, where they're building all these condos and we got the broken spoke, the historic broken spoke, that didn't want to sell him because it's so historic. Yeah. They just built around it.
Somebody said she must be slinging meth or something in the back. She must be doing dope because, man, this old shitty little ratty bar. just buy her out. I guarantee you, she'll take the money or build around her and pay her.
Yeah.
Make it part of the whole attraction. I know. Because ain't nothing around there but a liquor store and a bookstore. Ain't nobody. That dude even say I ain't making no money. She said my dad got 5 different jobs because we ain't selling no books. I was kind of on the dude's side. Yeah, knock all this shit down. It's Florida. and pay that alligator to protect. They got an alligator that you never see. Pay that alligator to protect the bar. Instead of getting this dude over here. But you know what? It's okay. Like I said, man. The first Roadhouse, as I said, man, it's just goofy fun, and I'm expecting the same thing out of a remake. I'm not expecting a huge improvement in story or anything. Keep the same tone and I'll be fine, man. It's not an excuse to not do better, but it's enjoyable. It's enjoyably passable, man. I was like, I'm having a good time with this. Like I said, first movie's not a great story. I really wasn't expecting that with this either. This one, like I said, is even goofier. Even some of the fight scenes are done with humor. Mm-hmm. Like we said, that first scene where he's slapping the shit out of people, that kind of sets up to what kind of movie this is going to be. It's pretty much a comedy.
Yeah.
When you get down to it. And
action comedy.
Yeah. This makes it more of a comedy than the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie's not taking itself seriously. It is not. So like I said, I'm not sitting up here trying to take it too seriously either. That actually makes it more fun in some parts. But then something happens. Because like I said, I'm loving this first part, man. I'm like, yeah, I think you've actually kind of improved on some things with this movie, man. And over the first one. Then something happens that made me say, okay, you ain't got to be this goddamn silly. and you know what it is.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night.
That's him taking a club to this movie, man. Conor McGregor comes in here, man. And that the little bit of character that I love I love this movie for, it just left when he came in. He just sucked it all out. He's nothing but a cartoon character in this movie, man. And you think I'm joking? He's such a cartoon character in this movie. He even got a cartoon walk. I saw that
Boy.
chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One, his arms are bigger than his legs. He's turned into a light bulb, like I was talking about. And he's super bow-legged and bouncy. And I was like, okay, so somebody just let a orangutan in here.
Yeah, seriously.
Or a baby gorilla.
He reminded me of that damn chicken hawk from Looney Tunes.
Yes.
And at first I was kind of thinking I'm exaggerating, but then I saw a recent cartoon with that chicken hawk, and he walked just like Conor McGregor.
Chicken hawk,
Conor McGregor was walking just like that.
Yeah.
Except he was more cartoonish than that.
Yeah, bouncing a little more with every step.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't look too close, but I swear there was a stick up his ass. Or spring, because like you said, he was just bouncing the whole time. Yeah, man. And listen, he can't act. But to his credit, he knows that he can't.
Yeah,
he can't.
He's not an actor. I thought he didn't embarrass himself. That's all I expect from an athlete.
Well, thing about Conor McGregor is that he has a lot of screen presence and he has a lot of charisma, and he gets by on that. But when he just kind of overdid it playing himself.
Yeah.
And believe me, he's playing himself. Conor McGregor is kind of crazy. I'm telling y'all that right now. And sometimes you feel happy for him because sometimes he was happy to do this movie.
Yeah.
And people tried to interview him. He's just talking crazy.
What can you tell us about your acting debut? Obviously, it's your first experience.
Hard work, but we got it done. It's in the bank for life. You put something in the bank, maybe it's not going to be there for life. You might spend it.
Like, huh?
Man, I mean, he's a crazy Irishman, so you can't expect to understand anything he says.
Oh, man, listen, this fool goes to the bathroom and starts acting crazy.
Yeah, look at this. You don't name your little Muppets.
Muppets? The Muppets. Like, boy, you out your goddamn mind. So this is Conor McGregor just amped up playing himself.
Yeah.
I felt his excitement and his and just even the gratitude for being able to come in and play this character, and it's good. It's cool to see in a way, but man, he cannot act. Conor is such a cartoon character in this movie that he brings the movie, like you said, as a cartoon, he brings the movie down to a cartoon level, man. With Jake Gyllenhaal in the beginning, he was set up as an unbeatable character, but he had an emotional vulnerability to him that made him more human and more relatable. Conor McGregor came in and Jake Gyllenhaal had to be on his level, and this shit just turned into goddamn Dragon Ball Z at some point. Because he's a cartoon character, and Jake Gyllenhaal, he just becomes he becomes a comic book superhero at this point. You know what I mean? Like if you thought he was unbeatable before, at this point he's a combination of James Bond and Batman and Kung Fu Master.
Oh well, okay, yeah. You're right about Conor McGregor because he is a cartoon character and he does bring things to certainly a different level where the movie wasn't before.
Yeah.
But the scenes where he's not in, I thought it still worked. Now it did get amped up, and yeah, you said the more adventurous James Bond level and stuff. But that's kind of where these action movies go. It's almost like, look, we've played it straight up to this point. Now we go balls to the wall. Also, I don't want to say what, but with Jake Gyllenhaal's character, there was a point where I was like, it'd be really interesting if it turned out he was really this. And then I was like, oh shit, it is. Okay, all right, cool, let's go.
Yeah, no, the action gets wilder and zanier, and I'm fine with that. I don't mind if things get crazy, but the characters go flying. There's explosions everywhere now. The thing I guess I had a problem with is that it feels like, for one, they just drop character. It gets to a point where I don't think they even know what to do with Conor McGregor. Because Conor McGregor is there for a reason, and then he's not there for that reason anymore. So they're just there to buy time for him just to have the final showdown with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I don't mind the action getting wild. I think my problem with it is that for a movie that was being so clever with this format before, and even being clever with the choices that it made to be different from the first movie, there was some thought put into that. The second half, I just thought was just a little predictable. But like I said, man, it's not that I didn't have fun with the movie. I was let down by the second half, but overall, I still have fun with it. I even have fun with the second half to a certain extent. It was just a disappointment to me because they did so well with the first half on myself.
Watching it in the theater, I was like, man, they f***ed up by putting this to streaming because this is a theatrical movie. The money is there. It's got a great flow. It reminds me of like why I didn't like a movie like the Beekeeper so much because I felt like it kept cheaping out and this didn't do that. And yeah, in the second half, everything escalates often to a cartoonish level, but I thought it kept the same level of fun. I mean, it was focused on that, And it was always not taking itself seriously, even willing to go, that extra zany mile. And the zaniness might have been too much, but it was shot so well, all the action. And I was like, man, I haven't enjoyed an action movie like this in a long time. And I was, and the first half, like you said, the first half is better, but it seduced me enough to where I was willing to ride with the second half and enjoy that almost as much, just on a different level. And I came out going like, wow, who would have thought the last movie I saw was going to be my favorite? I give it a low full price.
Like I said, I didn't hate this. I still have fun with it throughout. Just had much less fun near the end. And even the stuff that I enjoy, like the fights, there are some brutal punches that are landed in here. But then there's like something going on with weird camera work and CG, and to the point where sometimes it looks like they beating up the cameraman instead of another character. But I would give this a high rental, very high rental. I liked it. You said you felt like it should have been theatrical. And I felt like they could have made some money theatrically, but I also feel like Amazon's the perfect place for streaming. I wouldn't put up a fuss if I left the theater, but I would feel like, man, you know what? This to me, it felt like a streaming movie in a way. Although some of the action, like you said, is actually pretty big and glorious, and that looks good on the screen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want you to think I'm hating on this movie. I did have fun with it. I had a good time. But yeah, there you go. Again, variety.
There you go.
There you go. If you like Martin, you like what Martin said, then hey, you know what to do with this movie. And if you hear what I'm saying and you relate more to that, then hey, or you know what? Don't listen to either one of us.
See for yourself.
Go check it out for yourself. Yeah, I'm getting tired of telling these people, man.
Yeah, in the words of Justice Smith, don't listen to the critics. Go see it for yourself.
Yeah. All the words of Jake Gyllenhaal. Stop listening to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go see it for yourself. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.